Okay, I just went to the 7-Eleven to grab some milk for making food, and I went in my wheelchair because from the house to the 7-Eleven, it's over a quarter mile away, and I can't walk that far without being in like horrible, horrible pain. And there's this crosswalk there, and it's a pretty good one because on the way back, I get to go downhill, and pretty much any wheelchair user knows that going downhill in a wheelchair is fun as hell. For most people, I like it at least anyway. So I get to the middle of the crosswalk, and there's this woman in a black Mazda coming up to make a right turn. But instead of stopping and waiting like a decent person, she tries to just sneak through as I'm zooming downhill in a wheelchair. Like she seemed to realize that trying to make the turn would end up with me whacking into the side of her car. So she stopped, but not before she blocked the drop curb. So, there's this spot where, a wheelchair user or somebody with a stroller or pretty much anybody would get up a little easier on the curb because it's a nice little incline and it doesn't have that bump. Um, and I have decent control of the handrails at that point, so I stopped and I sat there waiting for her to move her fucking car so I could get up on the sidewalk. And she gave me this nastiest look as she backed up. Like, hello. Like fuck you, lady. Just fuck you. So sideways. Oh my god. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Like I could have stopped in the middle of the street and let her take the turn, but that would mean that I was stopped in the middle of the street in a wheelchair. And that to me would mean giving up my right of way since I had the crosswalk light as a pedestrian and she did not. And that whole thing aside, the crosswalks here are just not meant for people in wheelchairs or people who have trouble walking. In several places, the sidewalks have dropped curbs on one side of a driveway or whatever, but not on the other. So it's impossible to go down the curb and get back up on the sidewalk. There's a spot like that at the bus stop that I get off at to come home. So the only way for me to get back onto a sidewalk after getting on the bus is to roll into the street and up the street all the way to the other side of the crosswalk, which is it's horrible. It's horrible on the biceps and it's slanted to the right, of course. And it's probably a good 200 feet or so, maybe a little more. It's pretty absolutely ridiculous. And so, I mean, if anybody out there has any suggestions, let me know. Like, if you've got an idea on what to do about this, send me a message or leave a comment down below. Because I spend a lot of time going up and down that crosswalk, up and down that street, and it's really, really horrible. And I'm afraid I'm going to get hit because I've had more than one person honk at me for being in the street and tell me to get out of the street. And it's like, what do you want me to do? There's no fucking sidewalk for me to be on. So, if anybody's got any ideas, send me a message or leave a comment down below. Thanks. Bye.